When people see any negativity, let's say they make a video and you see any negativity there, you're going to harp on that negativity. And even though you have 100 positive comments, some of those negative comments, the one or two negative comments, really do speak the loudest. And a lot of times when I'm making these videos about XRP, there is not a crazy amount of doubt in my comment section, but there's one or two that decide to completely doubt it and consistently come back because I see all of their comment history. So I know how much they've commented negatively about XRP or if they switched up in any way. But in most cases, they are just doubling down and tripling down. Doubters will be upset. Maybe, right? Maybe they will never admit that they're truly upset. But outside, we can see how much you're actually dying on the inside to say, look, I was wrong. Because when XRP was at a lower level, worth $30 billion, and the comments came that it's going to drop below 30 billion, I'll be surprised if it jumps past 40 billion. And then it jumps past 40 billion and 50 and 100 billion. And it's more of a double down from those people. They continue to doubt. I suggest, right, if it was me, I suggest that you don't doubt XRP. And if you do, come out and go, I was wrong about it, right? I won't doubt it again, or this is where I see it going after this. And you can give your opinion and all of that. But just consistently doubting something that's succeeding, consistently doubting something that is just proving you wrong time after time is not wise, right? So XRP, whether you believe it or not, and whether you want to doubt it, whether you want to believe that this is the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world, it's going to get to these levels of trillions of dollars. It's going to be worth trillions. And I want to guarantee it. I know that investments and investing into crypto and even the stock market and honestly anything is not 100% a guarantee. But I want to guarantee it for myself. I believe it's going to get to $1 trillion, $2 trillion, multiple trillions of dollars worth of value, based on the max potential as well as the middle ground potential, and even the lowest possible denominator, the lowest possible level that it can get to, still will be worth trillions, in my opinion. So let's talk about this in this video. If you guys could, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to check out my link for Patreon, for Twitter, those links are in the description. And don't forget about my link for BTCC if you guys are interested in trading, leverage trading, maybe growing a smaller portfolio into a larger portfolio with a certain strategy. Feel free to check out my link down below. If you specifically use my link, you will get a 10% deposit bonus, extra bonuses up to $10,055, 40% lower trading fees, and you can trade all the way up to a 500x leverage. I don't recommend it because, you tend to lose on 500x leverages because there's no wiggle room at all. But if you do a 2 or 3x leverage, it can give you a little bit more wiggle room, a little bit more of an ability to grow your account without actually spending a crazy amount of money, right? Depending on how far you believe it's going to drop down or increase if you're going to buy long or short the position. So anyways, if you want to learn how to do it, go over to my Patreon, reach out to me. We can talk about leverage trading and what could be a potential strategy, and then you could develop your own as you move forward. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into this right now. So for XRP, I'm getting a lot of notifications right now, and I have no idea why. But I want to make sure that we're good, that everything's good upstairs before we dive into this video. So, XRP currently stands at a $2.94 price. That's what we're looking at, $2.94. We're also seeing $174.6 billion market cap with $5.2 billion worth of volume. The circulating supply still sits around the same. Obviously, we go through a lot of this information, and it's pretty much around the same ballpark. We are below that $3 mark, so maybe it would create an opportunity to purchase XRP if you're one of those people that bought at the 360 level or the 340 level or even the $3 level, right? Lowering your cost basis is always a good idea, especially if you believe in it way above this point. So the reason why I'm creating this video is not necessarily just to give you an update on where things are. We don't really have much news that's going on with XRP. It's more about the fact that there are doubters in comment sections, right? Not only mine, in many other videos, and Twitter and just anywhere that someone mentions XRP. And with those doubters saying, I don't believe that this is getting to a $500 billion market cap. I don't believe it's going to be used here. It's not going to be a reserve currency. It's not going to have an ETF, right? All of the doubt that goes into that. It's not wise to do it, right? The reason why it's not wise to do it is because you can see the things happening before our eyes. And to doubt every single little thing and to say that this is just going to zero, we have to completely take that out of our conversation. It's not going to zero, right? It's not going to drop down to be worth nothing. It's not going to happen. It has too much popularity at the moment. It has too much potential use case. Ripple is implemented in banks and institutions and in various places that you can't really, you can undo, but it's already there, right? It's already a thing. And we can see XRP's future happening and flourishing right before our eyes. So if you are one of those doubters, if you are one of those people that says, I don't want to be a part of this because it's going to go to zero, or it's not going to be worth what you think, all of the use cases that have been mentioned in plenty of my videos and many other videos out there, all of the price predictions that are out there, whether they're the massive price predictions or more realistic price predictions, they're all well above where we are right now. The same people, and maybe not the same people, the same type of people that have doubted Bitcoin when it was at a low thousands or even low hundreds are the same type of people that are doubting XRP at the 50-cent level, at the dollar level, at the $2 and $3 level. They want to kind of push the negativity so that the negativity sticks. But there's too much positivity in it. So if you're really trying to get them to either push it down so that your prediction can come true, that XRP will decrease, or if you're trying to push it down so that you can jump on the bandwagon yourself and be a part of XRP, which will be bigger than anything you could ever invest into. That's what I believe, that it will be the biggest thing that you could have invested into in the past. You're talking about years ago, like 5, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. Or even just investing 3 years ago, investing a year ago could have been a wise decision for you. So you're trying to get that back and get that opportunity back, which it may not happen for you, right? So XRP is going to be worth trillions. If you want a detailed breakdown as to why, right, we can just talk about a simple use, right? We can just talk about one currency, the United States dollar. And if we talk about the circulation, looking at about, let's say it takes over a third of that eventually, we're talking about $1 trillion. So XRP has to be worth $1 trillion at that moment. And depending on where it is, if we're saying 100 billion coins, giving us a max supply, not even the supply that we're at now where it's 59.3 billion, we're talking about 100 billion, giving us the max supply. If we were at that and we were worth $1 trillion market cap, that would be a $10 price point. $1 trillion taking over for a third of the United States dollar, rather than just looking also outside of the US and looking at Canada and looking at Mexico and looking at China and looking at Japan, like looking at other countries other places around the world that could potentially use this and should potentially use this as a base currency in a way, right? Where it could take over a tenth of that. But we're talking about the world flow. We're talking about cross-border payments. We're talking about real world assets and tokenization. We're talking about a big deal here that even taking over one portion of this rather than looking at all of this still will have a significant impact to get us to multiple trillions of dollars. I firmly believe that. It's maybe my opinion, and you may not want to agree with me at all, but that's fine, right? I'm not going to have to agree with you. We can agree to disagree. But to constantly doubt something that's succeeding, it's just not a good look for you. I know you don't have a career in this, so it doesn't really matter if you're wrong or right, because you can be gone in a minute and no one, not saying like you physically gone. I don't want anybody to be gone like that. I'm saying you can disappear in a minute and then nobody even knew who said it, when you said it, how you said it, and now you have a brand new profile that talks about the positive things about XRP. I've seen that too. And those are the most interesting, where they completely switch up. The ones that are really interesting are the ones that switch up while they still have the same account. Like, we can't see the history, right? YouTube allowed us to be able to see the history of comments and to go all the way back and say, XRP was great and that they're investing into it and they can't wait to see the success, to waiting maybe 2 or 3 years and getting tired of it and going, XRP is going to zero. I'm tired of this. It's the worst thing ever. And then all of a sudden you're positive again. It's just, the switch up is crazy. It's wild. Anyways, XRP is going to trillions. I know I didn't give you a crazy amount of details, but we've done it in plenty of other videos talking about the potential of XRP, but I just hate seeing the doubters, even though they're always going to come along, right? I got tough skin. It doesn't bother me. The only thing that does bother me is the fact that you are not going to be able to see that success. You're just going to sit on the sidelines and just, piss and moan and just say, I should have invested, or I have a better opportunity, even though everybody else is over here making money and becoming wealthy from just this one position. Anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.